Welcome to the city of Rapture. BioShock for the 360 has arrived. Rapture is a place of wildly imaginative ruin, a place where science, style, and humanity collided, scattering its remains over massive Art Deco-inspired drear. Meet Andrew Ryan. And yes, the similarity to Ayn Rand is as clear as his name and his credo. He gave the people what they wanted, human perfection that slowly turned into a gene-tortured decline into corruption, addiction, and madness. But first, if you're going to survive this world, you'll need a pint of the local beverage. Plasmids, biological enhancements that render you into a physical weapon. They work well on their own, but when used in combination with other elements like augmented weapons, they work even better. You'll encounter gene banks and vending machines where you can upgrade, purchase, and modify elements of your physical arsenal. Adam and Eve are fundamentally the biological currency of Rapture. It's what gives you power. A great place to get gobs of Adam is not only on our website, but from these little darlings. So cute. Come here. Fine, beat it then. These dainty brats are known as little sisters. They ooze Adam. There's just one itty-bitty little problem. Okay, not such a little problem. Big daddies are a kind of lumbering, homeless boss. You'll stumble upon them unpredictably throughout the city. The good news is that if you leave them and the little sister they're charged with protecting alone, they'll leave you alone. But if you so much as cast a shadow on the tiny bitch, look out. Big daddies are truly a force to reckon with. If you're able to set a Big Daddy's son, however, A, high five, and B, you have a choice to make. A moral choice that will affect the outcome of the game, depending on your own moral gaming conscience. Kill him, big juice. Or heal him, little juice.
You saved me.
It's a great hook in the game to emerge from the ultra-violence of a Big Daddy battle and then decide a child's fate. Sound design is truly a work of art as jazz age music knits naively into the strained fabric of psychotic suffering. Deep colors and stark lighting effects enhance the experience to perfection's point. BioShock's a trip. I'd buy a ticket. A 5.
I know I'll be an angel soon.
Out of 5. Calling all Vault Hunters. Borderlands 2 has arrived.
This town's full of things that may be of use to a go-getting slayer of men like yourself.
Borderlands 2 expertly straddles the line between shooter and RPG, starting with the 4 new characters to choose from. Salvador, the pint-sized gunzerker, Axton the commando, Zero the future ninja, and Maya the siren. Once you've picked your killer, another choice awaits. Each character has 3 separate skill trees that offer further specialization. The options can be a little overwhelming at first, but thankfully, Borderlands 2 never punishes you for making a decision. Respeccing is easy and just costs a little coin.
Let us set sail!
Once you get started, the combat purrs like an idling Maserati. The world of Pandora is as colorful as ever, and every area is designed to enable your OCD need to open every box, crate, and porta potty in search of loot. I think I have a problem. Borderlands 2 is more Borderlandsy than Borderlands was. While there is nothing truly revolutionary here, Borderlands 2 tweaks and improves just about everything. You automatically pick up ammo and money from enemy drops. There's a new mini-map. Hitting start not only pauses the game, it brings up a list of friends who are also playing for easy drop-in, drop-out co-op. And now there is a proper weapon trade feature. The advertised bazillions of guns is technically true, even if 99.98% of the weapons are complete crap. But if you look hard enough, you will find that rare powerhouse.
I'm in the danger zone, man.
The ridiculous Cavalier campaign of Borderlands 2 is brimming with colorful characters and elaborate missions. Oh, and there are dudes with screaming midgets tied to their shields. And if you couldn't already tell, the writing is quite hilarious.
Apologies, but when Claptrap speaks, I feel my brain cells committing suicide one by one.
Everything isn't perfect on Pandora. Missions occasionally glitched, preventing us from collecting mission-critical items, and the frame rate had trouble keeping up when combat got too chaotic on the Xbox. But in the grand scheme, these are nitpicks. Borderlands 2 is a glorious playground that delivers on every level. It's Borderlands, only better. A 5 out of 5. When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary to nuke the absolute out of ourselves, at least we can be secure in the knowledge that the survivors will get to live one of the great American dreams, shooting zombies in the head. At long last, Fallout 3 has arrived, and the post-nuclear wasteland has never looked better, so to speak. The third installment is a bit of a rebirth for the previously PC-centric series, moving from an isometric turn-based RPG to an open-world, real-time RPG. While many were concerned that this would dilute the setting or perhaps betray the very nature of the franchise, those fears have proven baseless. The leveling system and perks feel unquestionably like the original games, and have made the jump to free-roaming 3D beautifully. The ironically devastated world of Fallout has never been better realized than in Fallout 3, offering a vast landscape that is almost relentlessly bleak in its hopelessness. It's absorbing, immersive, paradoxically beautiful, and kind of depressing to play over long periods of time. And yet, play for long periods you will. You take the role of a child raised in Vault 101, a Fallout shelter in the Washington, D.C. area. Your dear old scientist dad, who sounds a lot like Liam Neeson,
your mother would have been so proud,
raises you with care and love until the day he disappears from your vault, and almost everyone in it subsequently tries to murder you.
The Overseer won't tolerate this kind of behavior.
So it's out into the wasteland you go. From there, it's all up to you. Go find your dad, or exterminate wasteland vermin, or help a loopy chick write a book about survivalism.
Sure thing.
Or battle giant super mutants in downtown DC. Or just lob a mini nuke at innocent civilians. There is a stunning amount of content in the game.
Okay, I'm impressed.
But the big question everyone wants answered, since Bethesda made it, is it just Oblivion with guns? Well, not unless you consider Jurassic Park to be Jaws with dinosaurs. Obviously, there are stylistic similarities. Characters are rather stiffly animated,
You're asking for it.
and the methodology of quest dialogue is pretty much identical. Movement feels much the same, and third-person view still sucks. However, what could be considered Oblivion's biggest flaw has been resolved in Fallout 3.
It's nice to know someone's listening.
Unlike Oblivion's map full of nondescript temples and ancient ruins, Fallout 3's locations are all unique and all have a story to tell.
I'll try and hide from that.
It's this sense of place that really sells the DC Wasteland as a singular location with a real sense of history. Further differentiating the game is the Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System, or VATS. You can run and gun in real time as much as you like, but for the true Fallout feel, you can pause the action and target specific body parts on your enemies. Just call your shots and let fly in a gruesome cinematic. It's a simple thing, and it may seem like it would get old quick, but honestly, it doesn't. No matter how many times I see my enemies' bodies tumble end over end, I keep looking forward to the next headshot. As Fallout fans ourselves, we approach Fallout 3 with a healthy amount of skepticism, but Fallout 3 not only does the series justice, it does it honor. A 5 out of 5.
Left 4 Dead is an action-packed horror game that doesn't skip on the zombies. And gone are the days where zombies shuffled slowly towards you to eat your brains at a leisurely pace. Modern zombies are all in such a hurry. And Left 4 Dead is no exception. So sorry, George Romero, these are the zombies of the future. There are 4 different cinematic campaigns in Left 4 Dead, each structured like a mini horror movie, taking you and the other survivors through a hospital, a train yard, an airport, and a farm country. You can play as one of the 4 survivors. There's corporate office guy Lewis, biker dude Francis, grizzled veteran Bill, and college co-ed horror movie buff Zoe. If you're the lone wolf type, you can play solo with the help of AI. And who needs friends with AI like this?
Reloading!
You'll find it much better than your peers,
Hang on, let me fix you up.
though not necessarily when it comes to avoiding the witch, a particularly badass zombie that can take you down with one hit. However, if you do have friends, you can go ahead and join forces with them. It's a lot of teamwork, and you'll often be in the position to help each other out, because that's what friends are for.
Hold on, I need to get you up.
Do you come to the aid of a pal in need, or do you leave him be to be devoured because he's too slow? And then there's Versus Mode, a 4 versus 4 multiplayer extravaganza. Each squad plays through the campaign, alternating between survivors and special zombies. Zombies earn points for damage done, and survivors for, well, surviving. With 4 playable zombie classes, you can pretty much die happy after this. The graphics from the Source engine aren't quite up to an Unreal standard, but you will not be disappointed. For one thing, you'll be way too busy blasting zombies out of your way to think about much. But if you do happen to regain some brain function, you'll be amazed by the art and how well the game captures the feel of a horror flick. And for a game that's pretty light on character development, you'll be blown away at how well written it is.
Last thing I heard, there's some kind of military outpost not far from here.
Are these characters actually reading your mind?
Help, please.
We gotta go.
Most likely.
Thanks.
It's a total crowd pleaser. Horror fans, zombie haters, and zombie lovers can get all on board with Left 4 Dead. Left 4 Dead gets a 5 out of 5. The original Team Fortress came out in 1930, towards the end of the Great Depression, and ever since then, gamers have been wondering what the hell happened to the planned sequel. Well, apparently it went through about 3 completely different iterations before Valve finally settled on the one you're looking at here. This is Team Fortress 2, and without giving too much away, it's pretty freaking awesome. Just like in Team Fortress Classic, players can pick and choose from 9 different classes, each with their own unique strengths and weaknesses. The classes are precisely balanced, and therefore there is no best class. For example, you can play as a heavy who has 300 hit points but moves slowly, or you can choose to be a spy who has way fewer hit points but can use stealth to get the job done. It's important to explore each one of the classes and figure out what's best for you. And trust us, each one is extremely unique. Right now, there's only Capture the Flag mode and Control Point mode available, but we're sure Valve will add new gameplay types down the road. The game introduces a new wrinkle to combat. After killing the same person 4 times, you become rivals. Team Fortress 2 also features critical hits. They're just like your normal attacks, but with an extra punch. Because they happen randomly, you can't activate a critical hit. The idea is that the more aggressively you play, the more likely you'll deliver a powerful blow. It was a bit tough to get used to, but we're digging the revamped look of the game. It's sort of like The Incredibles meets Counter-Strike.
You woke up and found yourself in a seamless glass cylinder with a not-so-comforting artificial intelligence telling you that you were the latest guinea pig for aperture science. What would be the only thing that could make you feel any better?
Cake and brief counseling will be available at the conclusion of the test.
Cake! It's like she could read my mind. Portal pits you and your trusty Aperture Science handheld portal device against a series of increasingly complicated puzzle rooms. Use the portal gun to help transport crates, knock over turrets, and even catapult yourself through the air with the greatest of ease. You'll find yourself sidetracked by the possibilities of the portal. You are shepherded by Gladys, an omnipresent AI who seems equal parts friend and foe.
We hope your brief detention in the relaxation vault has been a pleasant one.
If Gladys's deadpan delivery doesn't make you chuckle, then the little sweetheart turrets certainly will. But the real satisfaction in Portal comes from successfully using the portals to traverse seemingly impossible gaps. What could easily have been a demo in Fancy Duds ends up being a hilarious, addictive ride that we only wish lasted longer. At least we get cake when we finish though, right?
Quit now, and cake will be served immediately.
Oh my god! Gordon!
Dr. Freeman.
Oh, yes. Everyone's favorite theoretical physicist turned underground resistance hero is back in Half-Life Episodes 1 and 2. And no one's not looking for him. Every antlion, zombie, robot, and stalker you can think of. He's a wanted man. And why? Gordon has pretty much just destroyed the Citadel in City 17, and now the whole city is going to blow. In Episode 1, the only way to escape the city is to go back inside it and contain the core of the Citadel. Episode 2 picks up right after City 17 goes Chernobyl. Alex is promptly injured by a hunter. You have to team up with the Vortigons to heal her and get her to the main arm of the human resistance. Episode 2 has several new features that fans will welcome. A common complaint about the first few installments was how enclosed the environments were. No more. Everything is much more open, giving you more freedom to move. Speaking of your enemies, the AI here is much improved. Not that Half-Life was ever known for dopey NPCs.
You idiot.
But you really get the sense here that everyone is on the same page, whether to help you or impale you with various pincers. Another thing we've been looking forward to is getting back into the driver's seat.
Shotgun.
There's just something about hanging your elbow out the window and cranking some tunes that makes me feel like a man. A man in a post-apocalyptic hell world. Kind of a combination of Kevin Costner, Mel Gibson, and a Hieronymus Bosch painting.
Get it?
The Half-Life series has always been about 4 things. A deep story, intense action, clever puzzle solving, and creative manipulation of environment. In the latest installment, though, you really get the sense that all the pieces are starting to come together. And now we only want one thing.
Secretions of the finest quality.
Ew, no. All we want to do is find out what happens next. Unfortunately, Val's not talking. Yet. But we have ways of getting information.
I'm not even gonna tell you to shut up.
Come on in.
Now it's time for the X-Play Replay.
The orange box has earned itself a 5 out of 5. It's great to get Half-Life 2 and Half-Life 2 Episode 1, but the original content really makes this box a must-have.
Team Fortress 2 is highly stylized, high-intensity fun.
Portal pushes puzzle games in a clever new direction and expands the Half-Life universe.
And Half-Life 2 Episode 2 continues a story we love and lets us spend more time in a world that is fascinating.
New York to follow a dream.
Welcome to the Empire State.
And then she's the victim of a violent murder.
New York detectives have seen it all,
You want to give that family justice?
and only we can take you to the scene of the crime.
The person who did this murder was very familiar with the Opera House.
It takes a city of dreams to create these nightmares.
It was a world-famous pizzeria. Does this have something to do with the mafia?
New York Homicide, a new series, premieres Saturday, January 1st, only on Oxygen True Crime.
These are the employees' cars.
You can do whatever you want to something if it's on your property.
Legally speaking, that's not...
Let's go make a car.
What are you doing to my car? Stealing your hubcaps. It's fine. I'm the new CEO.
American Auto, January 4th on NBC. And watch 2 episodes now on Peacock.
Chucky will return.
Welcome home.
Until then, watch the hit series from the beginning, streaming now on Peacock.
3 years ago, with our planet on the brink of being overrun, our greatest soldier returned from deep space. It was go time. And then, nothing. Well, not nothing. There was a lot of capture the flag and rumble pits while we waited. Now Master Chief is back, and he means business. Seriously. This is Halo 3. Halo 3 does a decent job of tidying up the story so far, but you'll have to pay close attention to the cutscenes if you want to follow the plot. Halo historians will also notice numerous throwbacks to Halo 1's campaign, which is not a bad thing.
Pelican down! Pelican down!
Brace yourselves, we're going in a little hot!
The sensory overload Halo 3 bombards you with is at times awe-inspiring. Dozens of units engaged in battle, beautiful water, realistic-looking fire, and there are moments when the sound design will actually make you stop and listen.
That sounded close.
The AI is impressive across the board. The brutes have traded in their steel yarmulkes for full ally and guide. Even the Marines that accompany you into battle are smarter. They still make some reckless decisions when driving into battle, but hey, we were young once too. The biggest difference in Halo's campaign this time around is replayability. The main attraction is the addition of 4-player co-op over Xbox Live. Battles play out totally differently when 4 good guys bring the heat. There is also an option to play scored campaign. This really shines when you have some teammates that you're trying to outdo. You get points for kicking butt and lose points for dying. You also get bonus points for playing with skulls turned on. Similar to Halo 2's skulls, these are hidden throughout the campaign. Each skull has a different effect, which is easily toggled in the campaign options. Crank the difficulty up to legendary, then turn on a few skulls, and you're entering a world of pain. Like a TiVo running in the background, Halo 3 saves your most recent runs, allowing you to share your favorites. A nifty little exploration tactic is to go back to a saved film and explore by flying the camera around. Halo 3 is so amazing, it makes us want to take a star away from Halo 2, just so that the games are put into proper perspective. Halo 3 finishes the fight with a perfect 5 out of 5.
Let's get f***ing going.
Far Cry 3 attempts to be many things. A story-driven shooter, a driving game, a hunting simulator, a stealth game, and the weird thing is, it pulls it all off brilliantly.
The tribe is very impressed with you.
You play as Jason Brody, we assume no relation to Adrian, one of several rich white kids who get captured by a human trafficking ring on a remote island, perhaps not surprisingly run by a freaking crazy guy.
Have I failed to entertain you?
You escape with the help and at the cost of your older brother.
Run, Forrest! Run!
And are quickly booted out into a vast, open tropical game world that is very, very hostile. Jason must become a warrior of the island's native people to rescue his friends, but it's a long road to warriordom.
I've never shot anyone before.
What do they say in America? There's a first time for everything.
Jason's journey is an interesting one, full of drug-induced magical realism and a constantly decaying line between sanity and insanity.
Whoa, this is new.
It's not unfair to describe Far Cry 3 as Far Cry 2 with all of the annoying stuff removed. No more malaria, no more magically respawning security checkpoints, no more weapon degradation. What's left is one of the best open-world shooters ever. You're free to tackle outposts with stealth or with guns blazing. To move seamlessly from racing an ATV to hunting game so you can craft new gear. Hey, what's up, goat? Say hi to your mother for me. Everything works incredibly well. Events occur independently of the player fairly often and create the impression that you're in a functioning ecosystem. An extensive set of skill trees lets you craft Jason into the warrior you prefer to be, and the large arsenal at your disposal features enough customization to fit any playstyle. As if the exceptional single-player campaign wasn't enough, Far Cry 3 also offers a full-fledged co-op campaign for up to 4 players and competitive multiplayer. The co-op is a lot of fun and has a decent storyline of its own, totally separate from Jason's Odyssey. Competitive multi is as full-featured as anything out there and takes good advantage of the unique mechanics of the game's combat. But the real star of the show is the incredible campaign and the tropical nightmare paradise you get to explore and conquer. This is one of the best values you'll find on shelves this holiday and one of the best games of 2012. Far Cry 3 gets X-Play's very last 5
You are worthy of the title.
Worthy to walk the path of the warrior.
out of 5.